Israeli air and ground operations are now expanding beyond just rocket launchers to directly target Lebanon's physical infrastructure. The focal points are the bridges crossing the Litani River. These crossings serve as primary lifelines connecting the south to the rest of the country. The Litani River sits exactly 30 kilometers north of the Israel-Lebanon border, effectively slicing the southern region away from central Lebanon. Severing these routes uproots the massive civilian population living south of the river, forcing them toward a few remaining exit paths to the north. The Lebanese Health Ministry reports over 1,000 casualties, including dozens of children and health workers, with over 1 million people now displaced. This isolated 30-kilometer zone contains the endgame for the current conflict, a map that military forces have drawn before. Defense Minister Israel Katz stated that the military's current priority is to neutralize threats to communities in northern Israel. The strategy involves isolating the region and demolishing homes to create security zones inside the territory, a method mirrored from the war in Gaza. Destroying the Litani River bridges specifically starves Hezbollah of reinforcements that usually flow south from central Lebanon. This 30-kilometer buffer zone is the heartland of the Shia community and the geographic center of Hezbollah. Hezbollah is not an ancient organization. It emerged during the 15-year Lebanese civil war. The group formed as an armed response to Israel's previous military occupation of this exact southern territory in the 1980s. It transitioned from a local resistance force into a heavily armed Iranian-backed militia and political party embedded in southern Lebanese society. The current escalation follows the collapse of the November 2024 ceasefire. Hezbollah resumed firing rockets into Israel in retaliation for the killing of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Israel's effort to clear the south by force is now colliding with a militia that was originally born to fight this exact strategy. While military maps label these river crossings as supply lines, for 1 million people, these bridges are vital escape routes. The Lebanese government has vowed to disarm Hezbollah, but currently lacks the power to intervene in the violence. President Joseph Aoun warned that targeting civilian infrastructure constitutes a policy of collective punishment against the population. Aoun fears these operations are the prelude to a large-scale ground invasion and a long-term Israeli occupation of Lebanese territory. He has ruled out using the Lebanese army to disarm Hezbollah by force, warning it would trigger sectarian violence and a new civil war. The Litani strategy physically fractures the nation while attempting to protect communities in northern Israel. Carving out a 30-kilometer buffer zone risks fueling the historical cycle of occupation and retaliation that first birthed this conflict decades ago.